Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Welcome back to Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's weather forecasts, we are going to be going over what we can expect as we are still tracking the potential for a hurricane as we head into the next few days. And this system really does look to rapidly intensify, as a lot are really showing it gain up there near category 4, category 3 strength. So we will be showing you guys that. Plus, we are still tracking that potential storm system as we head near the November 20th time frame, and that storm system could still bring that potential for heavy snowfall, as early as, November 19th, or, it could still bring some across the Great Lakes region, Ohio Valley. So we will be going over that too as well. And, of course, we'll also be going over a few other things too as well. So make sure to stay tuned till the end so that way you guys know what to expect with both that potential hurricane and as well as what we can expect with the storm system, like I said. So make sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any of those updates. Don't forget to leave a like too as well. Those help out more than you know. And of course, leave any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have down below. You guys can leave anything down below as long as you're respectful, and I will get to those right after today's weather forecast. But let's first go ahead and take a look at the overall tropics. And as you guys can see, we are currently watching this area of development as we currently have a 90 to 100% chance of development during the next 48 hours. So this is definitely going to develop into a tropical depression sometime today, as it's even over the warmest waters are currently in the Caribbean right now. So like I said, as this does continue to stay in that area, we will likely see this rapidly intensify sometime today, and we will do a, update as soon as this does rapidly intensify, because that's when we'll know, the cone of uncertainty and all that stuff. So we will be going over that probably tomorrow, because like I said, this is expected to develop into a tropical depression, and like I said, we will let you guys know as soon as it does. And, as it does develop, we are going to be watching to see where this system goes, because this is really the only thing we can take a look at as of right now, as it hasn't upgraded to a tropical depression just yet. But like I said, it is expected to. But from what we're using right now, it does look like we could see this going right towards the southern half of Florida, at least somewhere around that area. We aren't really extremely concerned just yet, because some of the ensemble members even show this going towards the Yucatan Peninsula and turning around. But like I said, by the time it does turn into tropical depression, we will know a little bit more on what to expect as the storm does develop. But if you do live in Cuba, the southern half of Florida, or the Yucatan Peninsula, make sure you are watching. And like I said, you guys can even stay tuned for more updates with me, as this storm is really looking, to really cause a pretty big punch, and like I said, possibly even impact that certain area of Florida, which is actually what this black line is. And that black line is pretty much your average track from what all the ensemble members are showing. So we will need to be watching it very closely, as once again, this really does look to be a little bit of a concern. But this still remains uncertain, as like I said, it may turn around and go back into Mexico. Who knows exactly? But as of right now, I'm thinking southern Florida. So like I said, make sure to pay attention and subscribe, as we will keep you guys updated with the latest. Let's now go ahead and look at how intense model think this will get. And as you guys can see, like I said, as of right now is below tropical storm status, and as well as below tropical depression status. But as it continues to rapidly intensify, this could reach category 4 hurricane status by the time we head sometime into the next few days. So we will need to be watching it very closely, as once again, this is looking to be on the concerning side of things. Not all models show it getting up there towards category 4, but I'm just gonna say some of them really do. And I mean, I probably wouldn't consider those outliers just yet, as, like I said, this is currently over the warmest waters in the Caribbean Ocean. And so that's why, we are going to have that potential for rapid intensification, as this system could really develop near a major hurricane, if not a major hurricane, as we head into sometime in the next few days. Let's now go ahead and take a look at what models are showing. And after it develops into tropical depression in this area, this model, this is a European model by the way, shows it going right up there towards the Yucatan Peninsula as we head into November 18th, and then after going across the Yucatan Peninsula, it'll pretty much make a curve like this, possibly going right over Central Florida as a Category 2 hurricane, which is exactly what the European model is showing as right now. Obviously, things could change a lot, as we still don't know exactly where the system will go. But from what we know so far, though, it really does look like the system will have the potential to impact somewhere in Florida, which, like I said, we're thinking more towards the southern half of Florida than towards the panhandle and the northern half. So, like I said, make sure you're paying attention if you are in Florida. Anywhere in Florida, by the way, if, the system may even go up there. But who knows exactly, so continue to watch, but don't panic just yet. Let's now go ahead and take a look at what we should start doing, as hurricane season still isn't over, okay? We still got a few more weeks to go before hurricane season ends, and like I said, we are currently tracking the potential for a major hurricane. And first of all, you guys should be making your plans, and I would recommend saying your guys' plans for the entirety of hurricane season instead of being like, we don't really see hurricanes that often in November. I think I can put everything away by now, but that isn't really true some of the years. Like I said, this year is kind of a different story, as those waters in the Caribbean are still pretty warm as of right now. But like I said, make sure to make a plan. If you accidentally canceled your plan that you had back when we had Helene and Milton, make sure to resume it, as we will need it again. But also stay informed, especially, okay? So that means, make sure to be keeping an eye on the weather each day. You guys can even go on your local news, or you guys can, really do all that stuff to stay up to date. And like I said, you guys can even use me to stay up to date if, this thing really does seem pretty unusual. So we will need to be watching it very closely, like I said. So make sure to do 3 of those things, as this system, once again, is going to have that potential to impact Florida. So like I said, we will keep you guys updated with the latest, as this system could really impact Florida as a Category 2 hurricane, maybe a major hurricane, like I said, if it continues to strengthen. And then let's now go ahead and talk about the storm systems now. Now, this is pretty much going to be after that hurricane moves through Florida, but as of right now, though, we are currently tracking, a storm system for today across parts there of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, all the way down here towards the deep south. And, what I mean is that hurricane is still way down there, but, we will need to really be keeping an eye on it for today, as, like I said, we will have a lot of area to continue to watch for, as we will continue to track the storm system very closely. So, make sure to be, paying attention if you do live across the Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and Deep South, as we will likely see some showers and thunderstorms for both today and as well as into tomorrow, and we might even see a little bit of isolated flooding and severe weather, but not really enough to really concern me as of right now. The more concerning storm system looks to be by the time we head into November 19th, as this model is currently showing a massive storm system developing as we head into November 19th, and that does show it continuing to move towards the east, as you guys can see, as we will likely see some snowfall either on the northern side or the backside of that system by the time it makes it there towards the Great Lakes region. So we will need to be watching it very closely, as once again, this is really going to have that potential to cause some pretty big impacts, by snowfall, in as well as due to snowfall across parts there, the upper Midwest and Great Lakes, and that still is going to continue to bring snowfall as we head into November 21st, with still isolated snow showers continuing across parts there of the Great Lakes and as well as the Ohio Valley, including southern Indiana and southern Ohio, which will, be an area to keep an eye on very closely. It's not really looking like we'll see any significant accumulation, because like I said, this is more isolated to scattered snowfall than widespread snowfall like what's occurring up here. But, we will continue to watch it closely, as, the storm system might even strengthen a little bit. And if it does, we may have that potential for widespread snowfall depending on the temperature, so we will need to watch it very closely. Let's now go ahead and look at the total rainfall and the total snowfall, starting off with the total rainfall, where we are expecting a lot of rainfall across there of the Northwest, but we also will need to be watching for a lot of rainfall across much of the eastern United States, as beneficial amounts of rain is definitely likely across much of this area. So, the Ohio Valley, Deep South, Mid-Atlantic, New England, all those areas, especially Florida, will likely see some really high amounts of rainfall. And this model isn't really showing very much rainfall from that hurricane, but this does actually want to show up there towards 5 inches of rainfall across this area right there in Florida. So, it's still something to keep an eye on, like I said, as, things could still change on how much rainfall to expect with this hurricane. But as of right now, we're thinking maybe around a half a foot of rain to possibly some isolated totals of up to a foot with this hurricane. But like I said, we will know more information by the time it does develop into tropical depression. So make sure to subscribe, as we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest. Now, let's look at the total snowfall now. And as you guys can see, really high amounts of snowfall are likely across parts there of southern Ontario, even New Brunswick. Those areas are likely going to see some pretty good snowfall, as we do head into November 22nd, but it's really going to be down here towards the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and as well as into New England, where we may see a little bit of significant snowfall. Okay, what I mean by a little bit is that only a few areas like the UP of Michigan, northern Wisconsin, and northeast Minnesota, look to be the areas to watch the most, as we could maybe see some significant snowfall of up to 2 feet across that area, which still remains uncertain, but that is a little bit concerning though, as we also will have another one to track up there in Canada. But down here towards the Ohio Valley, though, this is going to be an area to still watch. We might see a little bit more across the higher elevations, as you guys can see, but we're really just talking a dusting, to be exact, but we may see some isolated totals of up to an inch, especially across the northern Ohio Valley, so we will need to watch it closely. But like I said, though, I don't think we're going to see as much snowfall across the Ohio Valley. It's really going to be up here across the Great Lakes, where we'll see, even that potential for some lake effect snow. So like I said, we will continue to watch it closely, but this still does remain a little bit uncertain, as we might see the strengthen a little bit, possibly bring some more across this area. Who knows, but we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest, so make sure to subscribe if you are a snow lover. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy today's weather forecast. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, or if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to go down below and click that subscribe button, as we will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest on what to expect. We'll also, be letting you guys know about what to expect with both that storm system and as well as that potential hurricane. So like I said, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up too as well. Those help out more than you know. And of course, leave any questions, comments, or concerns concerns that you guys have down below. You guys can leave anything down below as long as they're respectful, and I will get to those pretty soon. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.